Good evening and welcome back here to the boys' 42nd District Basketball Championship. It'll be the Scott County Cardinals and the Henry Clay Blue Devils, coached by Daniel Brown. Scott County by the legend Billy Hicks with over 1,000 wins on the career. Billy Hicks, he started, I believe, at Harlan. He went to Corbin High School, been at Scott County for 20-plus years, and what a great job he's done there at Scott County with a couple state titles. Henry Clay, coached by Daniel Brown, they come in with a record of 25-5, and I tell you, Scott County comes in the 29-2. William, outstanding basketball team.
Yeah, both of these teams, outstanding basketball teams this season. Scott County probably a little bit more experience in the tournament type of play because of some of the holiday stuff that they went to. But yeah, I mean, this game should be good.
Well, we'll turn it back over to Cal here. He was doing some newspaper work, so give Cal the headset back here. It is Scott County and Henry Clay. Cal, what do you expect from Scott County? I mean, they've won these previous two games. Really, the first game was pretty close, 67-59. They won that one. Scott County won, but Henry Clay gave them a real battle in that game.
That game was 25-10. Henry Clay about a minute into the second quarter. Diablo Stewart had 2 fouls, including a technical at that point, so he went to the bench. Of course, Michael Marino wasn't playing. A lot of things were still – I think that was the first game back after they came back from the Beach Ball Classic in South Carolina. So a lot of things were still in play. They were playing Trinity the next day.
Yeah.
There are a lot of factors there, but, you know, full credit to Henry Clay. They played an awesome game that night, especially Hawkins and Marquez Warwick, and Keaston Brown was just getting back in the lineup at that point too. So a lot of moving pieces for both teams. Big win on the road that night for Scott County, and then at home they handled Henry Clay pretty well. That was a 1-point game early second quarter, and then SC kind of stretched it out. Glenn Covington had 31 points, actually 33 points that night. He's hit 7 threes.
He couldn't miss.
He couldn't miss that night. He had 31 out of South Carolina. He's had games like that. Diablo Stewart's had games like that. It's getting it consistently from all those guys. You look at the averages, everybody scored in that 10 to 14-point window per game while Marino was out of the lineup. And as we mentioned in the pregame, sounds like the report is he's going to start tonight. And how does he move back in quickly? How does that affect the dynamic? I think he'll probably start in place of Lorenzo Williams, who then you'll see his energy coming off the bench. So there's some things that are unknown, even though they're a 29-1 or a 29-2 team that remain to be seen. But certainly they've established their credentials as the #1 team, and they'll only get better getting their star back.
Marquez Warwick, the 6'2 junior, averages 22.5 points a game for the Blue Devils. I think he's kind of a key how he gets out of the gate. If he's knocking down those threes, he can almost be Steph Curry-like with those three-pointers. He shoots them falling away. He can shoot them from all ends of the court. So I look for Marquez to really have a good ball game tonight.
He can. They never really let him get comfortable in the game at Scott County. He had moments here where he did and had some big shots, but even then, they never really got in that rhythm where he hit 3 or 4 in a row or can really stretch out a lead or put the other team on the ropes. So Scott County, they'll come after you defensively. They're as good an on-ball defending team as you'll see with the likes of Stewart, Covington, Williams. They'll take turns. Bryce Long will get in there. Marino, they'll rotate. I think the key in this game, when you play that kind of defense against Henry Clay, you've got to have help, because you'll leave Warwick open, or you'll leave Keaston Brown open, you'll leave Mayan White open. So you've got to, you can't cheat too much.
Harris Hawkins, the 6'4 senior, averaging nearly a double-double, has some really good post moves for Henry Clay, and of course, will he be able to utilize those tonight against this good defense of Scott County? Yeah,
the second time they played this year, Terran Hamilton moved into the starting lineup, and he made a big difference. He was able, and Hamilton's had nights where he's been the best player on the floor. He had 25 against Dunbar the other night, but then there's other nights where he's timid offensively, but against Hawkins, he played well at both ends. He was an offensive force tonight, and he really never let Hawkins get comfortable, out-rebounded him, and he's got to do that again for Scott County to be successful, because Hawkins, as we mentioned, he's kind of an automatic double-double most of the time and can really light you up for 20 or 25 if you're not careful.
Well, you're looking at this gymnasium. It's pretty well at capacity. Looking along the way where the Scott County folks are seated, that upper section about 3/4 full up there. NorCal, and it's really one of the better crowds I've seen for a district championship here in Lexington.
That and the Henry Clay Band behind us, really just a great atmosphere tonight for high school basketball. Really glad you're watching, but wish you could be here because this is an unbelievable, it's going to be an unbelievable event. As we said, 1 versus 2. And for all the marbles in the 42nd district, which for my money gives you a good shot in the 11th region because it puts you in a good seed. And boy, the great thing for these two teams is they can't see each other until the final of that tournament, which is good for them because they may be the 2 best teams.
Yeah, could we be seeing a precursor to that, the regional championship?
You never know. I mean, they say hard to beat a team 3 times. Scott County may have to beat Henry Clay 4 times in order to get to Rupp Arena, so that's pretty incredible.
The other district, Frankfort and Woodford County, are playing tonight in their championship. Madison Central is playing Southern, and of course in that championship. And then you look at Dunbar, they're playing LCA. So it's going to be, you mentioned it in the girls' game that was won quite handily by Scott County's Lady Cards. You mentioned that before. The 11th region is really going to be a tough matchup for anybody.
I mean, Dunbar just beat Scott County. Woodford County took them down to the final second at the Toyota Classic. Now Scott County won the rematch pretty handily with a few days to prepare. But, you know, in the 11th region tournament time, it's basically a game every other day, and you've got to be ready to respond quickly against the toughest competition, I think, top to bottom in the state.
We'll take a break here on PrepSpin.com, and we'll come back here. And we want to thank all of our sponsors tonight. Mingua Beef Jerky. This is the Mingua Beef Jerky Game of the Week. UPS Kentucky Loop, our replay sponsor. Bob Roberts Insurance Halftime Report. Sutherland Chevrolet, Lexington Diagnostic Open MRI, Bluegrass Orthopedics. Rafferty's with a special Jude, Double Dogs, Whitaker Bank, Kentucky Scoreboard Show. That's coming up tonight with Rick Shaw, Donnie Atkins, 10 to midnight on 630 WLAP. The Kentucky Scoreboard Show and Crown Trophy will be back here with Scott County, Henry Clay here on PrepSpin.com.
That familiar sound of rubber and wood floor. The feel of the ball passing between hands and air. The squeaking of the sneakers. And the moment of silent breath, thankfully followed by the whipping of net. And the reward after. This is a moment to remember. This is a Mingua moment.
The future of healthcare seems dark at times, but for patients in Kentucky with diagnostic imaging needs, there's a place with clarity and a compassionate staff. Lexington Diagnostic Center and Open MRI provides quality patient care while saving you hundreds to thousands of dollars as compared to hospital-based centers. Remember, for your medical imaging needs, you have a choice. Lexington Diagnostic Center and Open MRI.
Did you know in addition to education assistance, UPS now provides housing for qualified employees through the UPS Kentucky Living Options and Opportunities Path, also known as UPS Kentucky Loop. You can work part-time in Louisville, go to school at Jefferson Community and Technical College, and receive housing for up to 2 years. Earn a degree or learn a trade. It's up to you. Loop benefits are available to those who live outside the Louisville metro area, whether you're just starting college or going back to school. It's time to get in the loop. For more information, visit upsjobs.com.
Welcome back here to Henry Clay High School, the site of the 42nd District Boys Championship. The 29-2 Scott County Cardinals, 25-5 Henry Clay Blue Devils, coached by Daniel Brown. Billy Hicks, the legend at Scott County High School, over 1,000 wins for the coach that I say has the biggest name in high school basketball in the state of Kentucky, Billy Hicks. Everybody knows Billy Hicks. He's a great coach. He's won over 1,000 games, and of course he wants this one tonight bad because it will give him the 42nd District Championship.
He's wearing the championship night red blazer that comes out only for district, region, and state finals, and so he's ready. He looks about as calm as can be, hands in the pockets. Doesn't look like he's sweating at all after 40 years of this.
I know Billy, when he wears the red coat, it's a big basketball game, and he considers this one a big one. The winner will get the home court advantage in the regional tournament. They'll play at home, the winner of this district. The runner-up will have to go on the road and play in a hostile environment because they'll have to play in one of those other districts. You're talking Madison Central. You might have to play in Richmond. If Frankfort wins, you have to play in Frankfort. They're a good ball club. But you know one thing. You won't have to play the opponents you're playing tonight until the finals. Henry
Clay's already lost at Frankfort this year, and Scott County darn near lost down at Madison Central. Needed a miracle comeback fueled by Glenn Covington to win that one. So yeah, it puts you in a spot.
Cal, there are just some great basketball teams in this region this year. Every one of those teams have been ranked. I'm talking Madison Central's been ranked.
And there's some that aren't that should be.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, how's Frankfort not highly regarded, highly ranked with that 26-5 record?
I don't think people are used to seeing them up there, so the fact it's catching some people by surprise. But that win over Henry Clay ought to carry some clout still, and it doesn't seem like it really has.
And we'll go into the public address announcer. That is Kent Philippi. He does a great job here with football and basketball at Henry Clay, and we'll have the starting lineups. Henry Clay and Scott County. Scott County is the home team tonight on the scoreboard. They're in their white with the red. Henry Clay in their dark blue to gold tonight with blue. Here's Ken Phillips.
Student Center, the Alpro Gymnasium on the campus of Henry Clay High School. Earlier this week, district play began across the state of Kentucky. After tonight, there'll be just 128 teams in both the boys and girls divisions moving on to the 16 regional championships. The winners of these regional championships will earn the right of the prestigious honor of playing in the Sweet 16 in Rupp Arena. Henry Clay High School is proud to be the host of the 42nd District Tournament. Tonight we got a good one. Our second game this evening features our guests on the scoreboard, the Blue Devils of Henry Clay High School. And the home team on the scoreboard will be the Cardinals of Scott County High School. Henry Clay enters tonight's contest with a record of 25 wins and 5 losses. Scott County enters tonight's contest with a record of 29 wins and just 2 losses. Both teams are ranked in the top 5 in the state of Kentucky. We have the playing of our national anthem before the girls' game. So let's get things started with starting lineups. First for the guest team, the Henry Clay Blue Devils. A 5'10" senior guard, 2 points, 2 rebounds a game, 0-0, Scott Dorsey. A 6'1" junior guard, averaging 22 points and 5 rebounds a game, number 3, Marquez Warwick. A 6'1" senior guard, number 4, averaging 12 points and 5 rebounds a game, Keyston Brown. Number 5 is a senior guard, 5'9", 5 points, 3 rebounds a game, Raymond Razor Jackson. And number 32 is 6'3" senior, 14 points, 9 rebounds a game, Harris Hawkins. Head coach of the Blue Devils, Daniel Brown, assisted by Barry Bowman, Steve Miller, yes, Mr. Basketball, Barry Phillips and Shane Boyd. Starting lineups. For the Scott County Cardinals, number 2, a senior guard, 11 points and 4 rebounds a game, Bryce Long. Number 11, a senior guard, 15 points a game, Diablo Stewart. Number 14 is a senior guard, 14 points and 4 rebounds a game, Glenn Covington. Number 33, a senior forward, 10 points, 5 rebounds a game, Lorenzo Williams. And starting this evening, number 24, a senior forward, 16 points and 8 rebounds a game, Michael Moreno. Head coach for the Cardinals, Billy Hicks. Our officials for this evening's boys contest, Clayton Brooks, Chris Hall, and Kyle Bottoms.
Hold up. He said he was a little sore, but like I told him, you break a bone, you're going to be sore the rest of your life. So it's go time.
It'll be Quez and also Harris Hawkins. It'll be Keyston Brown, and also starting is Scott Hersey for the Henry Clay Blue Devils. Diablo Stewart gets the tap in backcourt, and he'll work it across there for the Cardinals. Comes over to Covington. Glenn back over to Diablo. Marino posting up at the high block. Zone defense. Williams got it in the right corner. Comes back out to Covington. Back it goes to Lorenzo Williams. Covington backs it back out. Now goes over to Diablo Stewart. Three-pointer off the mark. Rebounded by Harris Hawkins.
Got to be patient against that zone.
Marquez kicks it over to Hersey. Out top, Keyston Brown. A three. Got it! Good start.
And you know Henry Clay has got the momentum of having their home crowd behind them. It's going to be big.
Covington three won't go. There's Williams to clean it up off glass. No, battle for it. Williams gets it back. Second opportunity, loses a handle on it. Goes back to Henry Clay. But you can see off the bat that they're going to go for the offensive glass there for Scott County. He got 3 opportunities.
They're crashing. They only got one. They were one and done the first trip, but really committed themselves. And Lorenzo Williams just lost the ball out of bounds there.
Hersey. Over now to Raymond Jackson, a great football player. Jackson goes baseline, puts it up, no. Brown comes in, and Williams is going to save it. And falls over.
He got tangled up.
Yeah, got tangled up with Jackson. Diablo Stewart working on Quez. Backs it back out of there. Diablo from the baseline, off the mark, rebounded by Quez.
That's 2 rush shots here early by Diablo Stewart. Got to get in the flow of the offense.
Work over to Hersey. Launches a 3. That's off the mark. Long rebound. Flying on the floor, Harris Hawkins, and we're going to have a jump ball, and the alternate possession will give it to Henry Clay. Good sportsmanship shown there by Michael Moreno. Moreno in there just trying to
make peace.
Trying to be the peacemaker.
That fits his personality. He's a gentle giant.
He is a great kid, isn't he? Good student.
Sure is.
Great
Total
attitude.
package. Whoever gets him next year is going to get a steal.
Be a good college player. Keyston Brown, there's up from right side. He got it! And he was just inside the line. 5-0, Henry Clay. Marino comes over now to Diablo Stewart. Bryce Long cutting through.
And that's the thing about Henry Clay. Everybody can hit that outside shot. You think of Keyston Brown as the playmaker, but he can stick it too.
Marino, right wing, goes in the elbow. Loses a handle on it, picked up by Diablo Stewart. Boy, right into his hands over there. Diablo. In the corner to Covington. There's a 3. Off the rim. Rebounded by Quez. Marquez. Here's Warwick. Warwick wanting to push it. Picks up the pace crossover. Runs into Diablo. Hands it now to Keyston Brown. He goes baseline. Dribbles. Kicks it over to Hersey. There's Brown. And that 3 is going to be off the back of the rim. And rebounded by Ramon Jackson. He gives to Marquez. Warwick. 3-pointer no good. There's Harris flying through. Rebounds. And he is going to be blocked by Scott County. Covington clears it over to Long.
It looked like Stewart got a piece of the shot.
There's Covington, fakes the 3, moves in the baseline, throws it up with the right hand though, and it's going to be out. Last touch by Long of Scott County. 5-0 is your score. The lead for Henry Clay. Scott County's yet to score here first 2.5 minutes.
Just a skittish start for the Cardinals. Too many rush shots, and you got to calm down and run your offense against that zone. It's tough to do sometimes with the adrenaline's pumping.
Scott Hersey works on Marino, bounces. Marino with the steal.
That's what he does. That's what he brings to this team.
Great hands by Marino. Mr. Basketball finalist, spin move, won't go, rebounded by Harris Hawkins. He's going to be tied up. That's a great effort there by Marino to tie him up.
You see so many kids get the frustration foul when they miss the layup like that. Instead, Marino, just with the presence of mind, to get the tie up instead.
That's why he'll be a good college player. Plays like that right there. And he's 6'4", 6'5". Working his way back in there, isn't he?
He sure is. Doesn't take long.
Over to Marino. There's a three, a high arcer. Won't go. Rebounded by Harris. No, by Brown. Brown pulled it out there. Keaston wanting to push it. Gives it to Hersey. Over he goes now, Marino, and that won't go. Rebounded by Long. Bryce Long.
Henry Clay's shot selection hasn't been that great either. They've had a chance to really rip this open early and haven't been able to take advantage of it.
Long playing catch out front. The perimeter. Gives it over now to Glenn Covington. 4:39, 5-0. Henry Clay on top. Gary Ball with Kyle Oakes and William Warfield, the king of stream here on PrepSpin. Here's Bryce Long, a three. Got it!
And that's what Scott County needed. They got to settle in here. A little too much mustard on some of those early shots, but Bryce true with that one.
He was very true. Down low, Brown gives it over right side. Ramon Jackson hanging, and he draws the foul. And I think Michael Marino was there. It could have been on Lorenzo Williams.
Yeah, they're going to give it to Marino.
Goes on Michael Marino. That's his first.
And he has another part of his game usually is the body control. You rarely see him get in foul trouble.
And they're still only counting that as a 2, that shot by Long. I thought for sure that was a 3.
Wow.
Free throw connected by Ramon Jackson. Ramon Jackson was such a great football star, track star. He's going to Kentucky for track, and there's rumors that he might play football
I'll tell you who still has nightmares about Mr. Jackson is Jim McKee, because he absolutely owned Scott County in the football game this year.
Now they put the point back up.
All
It's
right.
6-3 after that free throw by Jackson. And he missed the second one. Tapped up. Marino's got the rebound. Marino's going to work it across, skip it to Long. Bryce fakes with the ball, wrap around dribble, picked off.
You got to make make a better play than that. Just too much showtime.
That's Mayan White who picked it off. He just checked into the game. White in there. Marquez to the basket, hanging, and it rolls off, but traveling call against Marquez. Steps called. 6-3 is your score. Henry Clay on top here. 2 of the top team, number 1 in the state, and in some polls, number 3 or number 2.
And they're playing both a little tentative,
Little
jacked
tight.
up, I think. I think it might be the opposite of tight. They're just a little too fired up. And why not? I mean, I'm fired up.
Diablo Stewart to Covington. Bryce Long, left side free throw line extended. He gives it now. There's a shot put up by Hamilton. Hamilton gets his own miss, powers it up, but he charges before he put the shot up and in.
Hamilton just checked in and did a good job grabbing his own rebound, but dropped the shoulder, and they're going to call that 95% of the time on the offensive player just because of the appearance.
Taryn Hamilton in there in the lineup now with the other 4 starters. Diablo Stewart with Jackson bringing it across to Keaston Brown.
And Taryn Hamilton probably started about the last 10 or 12 games of the regular season for Scott County.
And there's a shot put up and in by Ramon Jackson and a foul. They will count. That's Razor they call him. That's his nickname.
Razor Ramon.
Razor Jackson. 8-3. Henry Clay by 5. And going out will be Diablo Stewart. Coming in will be Cam Fluker. Fluker, by the way, if you're wondering at home, young man shoots 51% from 3-point.
And it's almost a two-handed set shot. It's a little bit, it leans left, but it's quite a shooting form.
Jackson completes the John Houseman 3-point play. Am I giving away my age with that John Houseman reference?
That is a reference. The paper chase.
Yes, 3:28 to go. 8-3. Henry Clay on top of Scott County.
He earned it.
Covington, he earned it. Here's a pass thrown away. Brown's got it. He leads it out to Quez. It's showtime. Marquez with the dunk. 10-3, Henry Clay.
Billy wanted to travel, but he didn't get it.
There might have been a travel. Marino working baseline. Kicks it over. Fluker lines it up. A rainbow shot. Good.
Teardrop 3 from Cameron Fluker.
Yeah, that was. Is the rain coming down now?
Desperately needed by Scott County, too.
Jackson to Brown, and he hits it.
Got a feeling both teams are going to start heating up here.
14-6 on the Three-pointer by Brown.
And a turnover.
Yeah,
quickly.
they had a turnover. Somebody stepped out when they was putting the ball in play. I think he moved or something.
This is eerily similar to the first game here this year when Scott County played Henry Clay.
Jackson over to Brown. It goes to Quez, almost out of bounds. He missed the three, rebounded by Marino. Marquez's foot was almost out of bounds over there.
And again, I
We
think
had a good shot at that one.
I think Henry Clay may live to regret the fact they haven't padded this lead a little more than they have.
Long the three, in and out, and rebounded by Harris Hawkins. To Jackson, streaking down, lays it up and in. Boy, he just left everybody in the dust, didn't he?
He is. He's so quick.
Yeah, that's his speed. That's where speed kills.
6 points, and from an unexpected source, really.
16-6, Henry Clay. Marino, three-pointer, off the mark, and coming down there with it, Jackson. Falls down, gets it to Brown. Keyston angles right, kicks it back out, and there's a three-pointer, and that won't go for White. And the alternate possession, they're going to say that's over the board. They'll give it to Scott County.
Scott County's got to find a way to slow down its offense a little bit, mentally and physically. Just a few too many rush shots and ill-advised passes.
Boy, Cal hopes of the graphic news, Georgetown News graphic. We got a packed house in here.
This is is the fire marshal here because there's not much more room.
It probably is. 1:50 to go in the first period. 16-6, Henry Clay on top of number 1 Scott County. Glenn Covington, who hasn't got on track, but he will. Pass down low, and it's stolen back Marino. No, they get it back. Down it goes now to Hamilton. That shot won't go for Glenn Covington on the floor.
Great rebound by Kobe Harris to get on the floor
Harris.
for it.
And that shot goes by Marino.
Give that to Kobe Harris. He earned that 2 points.
That was a hustle effort right there. A hustle play by Harris. Marquez, and he's going to be fouled as he took it to the basket on the right side. I tell you what, I've seen a pattern here, Cal Oaks. Henry Clay's just taking a straight line drive to the basket. Almost everybody's got the basketball.
They've got the athleticism to do that. Just drive and see what happens. Quite often you're going to draw contact at the very least.
Mayan White, 15-footer, off the mark, rebounded by Marino. Michael kicks it out to Glenn Cove. Back to Marino, thought about it. Gives back over to Glenn Covington. He goes left side, puts it up, and what's it called? It's going to be a blocking call. That's the hardest call to make in basketball, the block charge call.
And Billy Hicks likes that out of Glenn Covington. Sometimes Glenn will get in the pattern of shooting 3-3-3-3-3, and he should be driving to the basket the way these Henry Clay kids are.
Covington will get to 16-8. In and out on the free throw.
Good free throw shooter, but doesn't get to the line a lot, so the percentage is a little deceiving. It's up around 90%. Small sample.
Marquez Mackey has just checked in for Henry Clay.
Marino will sit down, rest that foot a little bit, probably for the end of this quarter.
Jackson Phillips has checked in there also, a 6'6" junior for Henry Clay. Free throw connected by Covington. Makes it 16-9, and Covington goes out. Diablo Stewart comes in. So Scott County right now going with Diablo Stewart. They have Fluker in. They also have, is that Kobe Harrison there?
Jalen Barber, the 6'7" junior, number 44.
Barber to the basket. Jackson, he draws the foul.
At the very least, Barber will take up space and make you earn some stuff in the paint.
6'7", as you said. Foul went on Fluker. That's the 15th foul against Scott County. One foul called against Henry Clay here at the 42nd District Championship. Free throw connected by Razor Jackson.
He's got 7 points already.
Yeah,
I bet that's more than his season average, isn't it?
3 out of 4 at the charity stripe and 2 field goals.
Yeah, season average 4.6.
Got it. 18-9.
He's
Henry
a Cardinal
Clay.
killer.
Diablo Stewart gets a pick out front from Barber. Bounces in the corner as he gives it up over to Harris. And there's a shot put up and in. And that's Hamilton, Terran Hamilton.
Feathery touch on the leaner by Terran Hamilton. He's got good range for a big, wiry 6'5" junior.
Mackey back out to Brown. 18-11, 24 seconds. Brown penetrating, top of the circle. Gets it up over to Razor Jackson. He's double teamed. Down low he goes, and he throws it away. He was trying to get it down low to his teammate Mackey, but spun around, just threw the ball up, and it went out of bounds.
Be a big swing for Scott County if they could score here. It's been a quarter where a lot of things, if they could go wrong, did go wrong, but if they can string together a couple of baskets.
Diablo Stewart crossing over, works out front, and there's his shot, and back of the rim, no. Brown rebounds. Keaston with 3 seconds, looking up. He's going to throw it from the right side, no good. So the first quarter, 18-11. Here's our replay. Take a look at that again. Nice jumper there by Hamilton. Taryn Hamilton with the nice jumper. 18-11 as we head to the second quarter. Hendrick Clay on top of Scott County in a battle for the top spot in the state of Kentucky on PrepSpin.com.
UPSjobs.com.
I work really hard, but I'm struggling to pay my bills on time. I've gotten pretty far behind, and I don't know what to do.
Is this happening to you? We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode.
Bankruptcy could be your best solution.
We're here to give you a fresh financial start.
Start your bankruptcy for as little as $78 now.
Here at Hendrick Clay. Hendrick Clay will have the ball to start the second quarter. Brown, who had 7 in the first period, kicks it over, and we're going to have a double dribble called against Mackey. 18-11. Hendrick Clay on top of Scott County. Cal Oaks with us from the Georgetown News Graphic. Gary Ball with William Warfield, the king of string.
That's usually the Scott County modus operandi, is winning the turnover battle, even if you can get them unforced errors like that one.
Got it! We mentioned his 51% from 3. He's hit 2 threes already.
And people always leave him open. I don't understand that. They ought to know by now.
I don't know why.
I guess they figure he's the least of the threats, but he's quite a threat at 51%.
Hook shot good. That's the first basket of the game for Harris Hawkins.
That's hard to believe.
20-14. He had like 18, 20 points the other night in the first half.
Fluker again.
There's Fluker again. He missed that one. Tapped around, and Lorenzo Williams gets it. Kicks it out to Marino. Marino, good save. Went up and grabbed the ball, tipped it to himself. Diablo Stewart penetrates. 7 minutes, 20-14. Fluker, who has 6 points, gives to Diablo Stewart. To the basket. Won't go. Rebounded by Hawkins.
A little up and under. Stewart struggling from the field as he did last Friday night at Dunbar.
Brown tips it out. They go to Marquez in the corner, and he falls down. No whistle. And here comes Scott County with a rebound. Williams clears it out to Diablo Stewart. 6:33 to play in the first half. 20-14. Hendrick Clay. Bryce Long open from 3. Got it!
And that's the thing. When Fluker makes threes, it opens things up for guys like Bryce Long. Gets him just enough space.
Bryce Long got separation, and he got the 3. It's 20-17 with 6:23 to go here in the first half at Hendrick Clay in front of a packed house. This is what basketball should be right here at the high school level.
This is beautiful atmosphere for high school basketball. It's only going to get better here down the stretch as this thing moves to EKU and to Rupp.
Monday night, the regional 11th region championships gets underway. So the district winner will play a home, and then the runners-up will go on the road, and the girls' action gets underway, I believe, Thursday night.
Thursday night, yeah. But the winner and the loser of this game going to bounce right back Monday night after what promises to be an emotional, physical battle here, and get it done in the quarterfinals.
20-17. Quez really hadn't got on track. He's only hit 1 3.
He's missed a couple from the corner here, but it's only a matter of time. Same with Stewart for Scott County.
Jackson to the basket with that quickness, gives it back out to Quez. Marquez pounds it down. Working on Fluker. Gives to Jackson. Back to Marquez. Back over now to Hawkins. Back they swing it over to Jackson. Back to Hawkins. Back door, and we're going to have a charge call. Nice long there, took it.
I like what Scott County is doing defensively. Henry Clay's quickness across the board keeps them from doing what they usually would do, which is the half-court trap and smother you to death. But they're kind of cheating back a little bit and letting Henry Clay come to them.
They could tie it up here with a 3. To the basket, Stewart puts it up, no. And Marino, they're battling down low, powers it up, missed the layup.
Still rusty on the offensive end.
Battle forward, and they say it's out by Henry Clay. They're going to give it back to Scott County.
Those are layups that go down 99 times out of 100 when he's in full rhythm. He'll get there.
Oh, yeah. Marino, stolen away. Mackey's got it. Mackey drives down, and he's going to be fouled by Bryce Long.
County foul on number 2, Bryce Long, his first.
First foul on Bryce.
Team 6.
That's the 6th team foul. So the next foul will put the Henry Clay. He was shooting. They're going to say he was shooting, so he'll shoot 2. Mackey. 20-17. Henry Clay by 3. 5:40 to go in the first half. Free throw connected by Mackey. Taryn Hamilton comes back in for Michael Marino.
I think you'll see that. He'll get in and out as much as he can, get him a break.
That's more conditioning, I think.
Exactly. That's the last thing to come, really.
Yep. Free throw connected by Mackey. Hits both of them, so pushes the lead back to 5 for Henry Clay. 22-17. Diablo Stewart across the line. Diablo cut off there by Hawkins. Gets it over the right side to Lorenzo Williams. Back out to Diablo. Comes now to Fluker. Hamilton, right side Williams. Goes flying through, throws it up, and we're going to have a blocking foul called on Razor Jackson.
As you said, that's the toughest call to make, and they've had to make it 4 or 5 times already.
Yep, the block charge. We got a good officiating crew in this one. Williams.
And it's a harder call than it's ever been to make because athletes are bigger, stronger, faster.
You're right. First point of the game for Lorenzo. 22-18. Henry Clay. Missed the second one. Good rebound by Mackey. Boy, he climbed the ladder for that
one. Yeah, he did.
Gives it back to Jackson.
You look at him and you don't think rebounder, but he got some elevation.
Brown goes to Jackson. Gets a pick from Hawkins. Throws it back door. He was going back door to Harris Hawkins, but he didn't cut back door.
Scott County's defensive activity is starting to pay dividends. It's forcing a lot of unforced turnovers. It sounds funny, but that ball probably didn't need to be thrown out of bounds.
Taryn Hamilton gives it back now to Diablo Stewart. Under 5 minutes to play in the first half, 22-18, and we're going to have a moving pick called on Hamilton.
That's his second foul.
So Hamilton picks up number 2.
Not as crucial a situation now that you have Michael Marino back in the rotation. You've got Kobe Harris. You've got some depth at that position in the front court.
Quez trying to get going. He's got 3 points. In the corner, Hawkins lines up a 3. That's off the iron, no good. Tapped up, and we're going to have out of bounds to Scott County.
Scott County getting to the boards, getting bodies there, and even when they're not grabbing it and getting possession, they're getting probably 2/3 of the calls when it goes out of bounds on this end.
Taryn Hamilton looks for cutters, comes out to Lorenzo, fakes with the ball. Looks out to Bryce Long now, 4:29. 22-18, Henry Clay by 4. Leading here, backdoor Diablo Stewart over to Long. Bryce with the 3, no good, off the mark. And rebounded by Jackson, gets it to Brown, running the floor. Brown in the corner to Mackey. Mackey cut off, dumps it back to Brown. Quez calling for the ball. Now Brown's going to be double teamed, and he's going to be fouled, and Fluker does not like the call.
Scott County foul number 1, Cam Fluker.
Well, I can't see it. I was shielded by 3 players, so it's hard for me to have an opinion. But he certainly feels as if he got ball.
You can still have one. Give us your.
So many people have opinions now that are founded upon nothing.
And don't worry.
I hate to poison the water.
Yeah, don't worry. They'll give it to you. For sure.
Don't believe it, just ask them.
Yeah. Brown will be up there. Brown has 7 points. Hit a couple threes early for Henry Clay. Missed the free throw.
Big bonus miss there.
Yep. Bryce Long carried it down. Lorenzo Williams out the top of three. Good.
Williams can hit that shot. Fluker can hit that shot. Long can hit that shot. And we all know Stewart and Covington can.
Early in the year, Scott County boys were on my Scholastic Ball Report TV show, and Billy Hicks said Lorenzo Williams the best shooter on the team.
Yeah, he was at that time.
Yeah.
He's gone through a little bit of a crisis of confidence.
Right.
He's been out of the lineup a little bit, but
Mackey throws it up and draws the foul. And it's going to go on Williams.
One thing you'll almost always get from Lorenzo Williams is hustle. He'll play hard even when he's not putting points on the board. It got noticed down in South Carolina this year at the beach ball.
2 for Mackey. And the next foul by Scott County will be the double bonus for Henry Clay. Free throw connected Mackey.
And that happens with Scott County. They're very handsy defensively, and especially on the road. Seems like that foul clock.
Bryce Long and Cam Fluker lead Scott County with 6 apiece. Free throw no good, but 23-21. Henry Clay by 2.
Yeah, County with a chance to tie or go ahead. I don't think they've had many of those.
Diablo Stewart jumping up long in the corner, catches the ball, goes back door now to Covington on the left side. Back it goes Diablo Stewart. Diablo Stewart put in between his legs, works in on Mackey, kicks it to Long. Bryce works in. Bryce turns and scores. Nice move by Bryce Long. 8 points.
Henry Clay kid took a dive and it wasn't rewarded.
There's Quez to the basket and battling down low.
Nice.
Hawkins still battling, put it up and draws the foul.
Great effort by Harris Hawkins there. Not once but twice.
You're exactly right, Cal. He had what I like to call stick-to-iveness.
Yeah, that's nothing but persistence there.
Stick-to-iveness, I call it.
Persistence and toughness.
23 all. Henry Clay shooting 2 will be Harris Hawkins, and that's his 3rd point of the ball game. Brown leads them with 7. Also, Ramon Razor Jackson has 7 for Henry Clay.
Just feels like they've left points on the board here that may come back to bite them.
Bryce Long leads Scott County with 8. Diablo Stewart hasn't scored in this game.
Yeah, that's certainly disconcerting if you're a Scott County fan, but he's the kind of player that can put them together in a hurry.
Yeah. 24-23, and Hawkins' 2nd free throw, got it. 4 points for Harris Hawkins, a 6'4 senior, averaging over 14 points a game, 9 rebounds.
I think a lot of that is the defensive attention that Henry Clay is paying to Stewart and Covington, but it's opening things up for other guys.
Lorenzo Williams shot won't go, good rebound by Quez. Marquez kicks it to Jackson. Numbers for Scott County. Brown into the basket with a scoop shot. It won't go. Had it gone, it would have County flipped it up high off the board, and it almost went in the basket, but he'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Keyston Brown, such a tough competitor. He just has that hard-nosed look to him. And I didn't have the privilege of seeing his father play in high school, but everybody says
there's a Nicholas County contingent sitting over here to our right. See him over there in the blue?
Everybody says he's the spitting image.
Yeah, that's a Nicholas County contingent. That's where he played, and he averaged about 32 points a game in high school. He was lights out.
He's not quite the scorer his dad was, but he's a playmaker.
And we're going to have checking into the game for Scott County is Kobe Harris. And back in the game will be Phillips for Henry Clay. Free throws connected by Keyston, and the second one will give them a 4-point lead, and it does.
Feels like they've gotten the right guys to the line lately with Hawkins and Brown.
That's 9 for Brown. 27-23, Henry Clay by 4. Good ball game here at Henry Clay.
Everything we expected. Probably not quite the pace Scott County would like to play at. It's funny how styles make fights. Henry Clay likes to get after it too, but they're in their best interest to slow the pace down defensively.
Good defense there by Brown to knock that one, slap that one out of bounds and prevent an open 3 for Scott County.
Yeah, good effort there to prevent that.
2:29 here in the first half. 27-23. Hello to Mike Ritchie up there watching in Hebron. Bryce Long backs up. He lines up to 3. Missed it. Rebounded. Marino lost the handle on it. Phillips in the middle to Marquez. Lost the handle, and we're going to have a whistle.
I thought he might have lost it by himself.
I did too. That's what I thought the call was going to be, out of bounds to Scott County. And Instead, they're going to give it back to Henry Clay. Marquez, Brown, right side. Some
blocked
contact,
by Harris.
no call.
Harris got a piece of the ball at least. Nice pass by Covington.
Missed, and
going to call an offensive foul.
Scott County foul number 14,
Glenn Covington. That is that the third on Covington?
I believe that's his third foul, and he's got 1 point. That is
Glenn Covington.
That's tough if you're Scott County, and it's double bonus as well.
But you're right, Cal, when you say these players, Diablo Stewart can turn it on at any time, and Glenn Covington can certainly find a range at any time.
I've seen them both hit 4 or 5 threes in a quarter.
Free throw connected. I tell you, this young man, he's 4 or 5 at the line, and he has 8 points. Keyston Brown has 9. And they're doing all this with Marquez Warwick, their Mr. Basketball candidate next year. He's only a junior.
He's kind of been bottled up, 2
only
points.
3 points.
The stars in this game have not come out to shine yet.
Both free throws connected by Jackson, who's become a star for Henry Clay. 29-23. The Blue Devils by 6 with 2 minutes to go in the first half here at Henry Clay's a packed gymnasium. Turning around, and it's good by Hamilton.
Hamilton loves that foul line, top of the key jumper.
That mid-range jumper's a all-star, isn't it? It really is.
I'm a big fan of it. I know all the analytics people will say it's not the great shot, but why not at the high school level?
Jackson takes it to the basket, kicks it in the corner to Mackey. It goes to Hawkins. A 3, got it! Harris Hawkins!
Left him way too open. If you're Scott County there, you know he can hit that.
That's 7 for Harris.
All in this quarter.
Down low to Marino, up and in. Michael Marino
needed that basket, and Scott County needed that basket.
Say, give me the ball.
Yeah.
Get out of my way. Harris Hawkins between the legs. Kicks it over right side, and there's a three-pointer by Mayan White. Harris Hawkins with the assist to White.
Big for Henry Clay here to answer the Scott County run that they've sort of been on.
Marino. Good pass, and a shot up and in by Hamilton. He has 6 now.
That's what Marino brings, is that vision, that instinct.
Give the ball back to the guy who you got, because he's always wide open.
That's good basketball.
Pass by Jackson.
Yep. Somebody zigged when he thought they were going to zag.
Well, somebody zagged or zigged or something. I don't know. Just not on the same page. 43 seconds here in the first half.
It's a big turnover when you're up 6.
It is. Diablo Stewart to the basket, left hand layup up and in.
That's a good way to get untracked if you're Diablo Stewart. Just slash and burn.
Yep. 35-31. Henry Clay has the lead, and Daniel Brown wanted them to be patient here. But to the basket, Keyston kicks it over to Hawkins, lines it up, no. And Marino battling Jackson, and it goes to Scott County. I tell you, Ramon Jackson is so fast.
He's just quick hands, quick feet.
35-31. Henry Clay. 18 seconds to go first half. Gary Ball with Cal Oaks and William Warfield of PrepSpin, and our videographer is Corey Rainey.
Just a tremendous first half, and you feel like both teams haven't even played nearly their best yet.
Stolen away. They leave it out to Marquez with 3 seconds. Quez crossing over. Scott County steals it. Long throws it three-quarter court off the mark. First half action. Henry Clay 35, Scott County 31 here at halftime. We'll come back with some first half stats. We want to tell you about all of our sponsors. Mingy Beef Jerky is the big one. Whitaker Bank, the Roberts Insurance halftime report coming up here at the boys' 42nd District Championship. 35-31. Henry Clay on top of Scott County. And we'll be back here with the King of String, William Warfield, Gary Ball, and Cal Oaks on PrepSpin.com.
I work really hard, but I'm struggling to pay my bills on time. I've gotten pretty far behind, and I don't know what to do.
Is this happening to you? We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode.
Bankruptcy could be your best solution.
We're here to give you a fresh financial start.
Start your bankruptcy for as little as $78 now. The consultation is free. in Lexington and now in London.
That familiar sound of rubber and wood floor. The feel of the ball passing between hands and air. The squeaking of the sneakers. And the moment of silent breath, thankfully followed by the whipping of net. And the reward after. This is a moment to remember. This is a Mingua moment.
Folks, this is Gary Ball, and you hear my catchphrase, soup and a sandwich. When I want the best potato soup and prime rib sandwich, I head over to Rafferty's Restaurants after my games. Check out Rafferty's 9 great locations throughout Kentucky, and all you teens, you can eat at Rafferty's before those big ball games. The open prime rib sandwich is what legends are made of. Ask Joe B. Hall, the legend himself, it's his favorite. Rafferty's is a big supporter of high school sports throughout Kentucky. Rafferty's, where the special is you.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 496 Kentucky schools.
Over 282,000 students benefit from Whitaker Bank's Kentucky education initiatives.
Whitaker Bank has contributed almost $441,000 to education programs for the advancement of Kentucky's youth.
We share your passion, Kentucky.
Love the bank that loves you back.
Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
Some things never change. Like the sound of pads crushing against the equipment, the feel of cleats on fresh-cut grass, or the deep rest from a full practice. Another thing that never changes, the feeling of relief with the...
Clap your hands, here we go. Ready, go. Yes. PJ is affectionately a wide body. I think he was the right car for this. A little more there, PJ. Oh my goodness. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rolling the go. We're going to take PJ back to the locker room. Coopers and Lyburn will be in to do the accounting and see how much dough PJ has rolled in. Big round of applause, PJ Thompson, I'm sorry.
Whistle blows for break. And the savory snack to go along with it. This is a moment to remember. This is a Mingua moment.
I'm on a fixed income. Credit cards help me balance the money that's coming in and what I need to live on. I've thought about bankruptcy. But how am I supposed to pay for it?
Sometimes the people that need help the most are the very people who can least afford it.
We've come up with a way to get you started for less.
Start your bankruptcy for as little as $78 now. The consultation is free. In Lexington and now in London.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be for generations to come.
That familiar sound of rubber and wood floor. The feel of the ball passing between hands and air. The squeaking of the sneakers. And the moment of silent breath, thankfully followed by the whipping of net. And the reward after. This is a moment to remember. This is a Mingua moment.
Hi, this is Gary Ball for Crown Trophy of Lexington. Crown Trophy offers youth sports awards, corporate awards. They offer signs and a full line of promotional products. They're located at 2680 Wilhite Drive on the corner of Nicholasville, New Circle Road, just behind Starbucks. Stop by and pick up your copy of our 85-page catalog. Crown Trophy is nationally known, but locally owned with 150 stores nationwide. Crown Trophy, the official.
Michael Blair, winner of the $50 gift certificate from Fort Bank, provided by Fort Bank to Malone's. Michael Blair.
It's 35-31, man.
Michael, email address Blair, MW45.
Change. Get back on defense. Make them shoot tough shots. And we want to continue to drive it. Take their pressure from them. They like the pressure. We want to use that pressure to get to the rim. So that's kind of our game plan. So far, it's worked.
Looking good, man. We know this Razor Ramon is having a real good half, man. And Keyston Brown, y'all doing real good, Coach. Good luck, man.
Well, I appreciate you guys. Thanks.
This has been Coach Truck and Coach Buell with Big Things Kentucky. Check us out on Thursdays for the halftime interview. Enjoy the rest of your game with PrepSpin.
Look for your Kia, and if you don't have it, come down and claim it, please. Thank you.
Ready? Yeah, let's do it.
Provider of plaques for the Scholastic Ball Report and PrepSpin.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Over 30,000 Kentuckians are saving time and money by doing their banking online with Whitaker Electronic Banking.
341,000 transactions were made on the go last year using the Whitaker Bank mobile app.
Over 340,000 text alerts were sent last year with Whitaker Bank text banking.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky, one of the sponsors here of the district tournaments and the 11th region coming up. Also, thanks to Central Bank and to Rafferty's Restaurants. And you got to look at the scoring here in the first. Diablo Stewart with 2 points. Glenn Covington with a point. Bryce Long with 8 points. He was really the catalyst in there. Williams had 4 points. Michael Marino with 4. Cam Fluker with 6. And Taryn Hamilton with 6 points. That's a total of 31 for Scott County.
The story of this game's really been the complementary players because the stars have struggled. Stewart and Covington for Scott County. Marquez Warwick for Henry Clay, but you've had Razor Jackson stepping up on one side. Cam Fluker really kind of steadied the ship a little bit for Scott County with those 2 threes that got them back in it. So it's been those guys that sort of got this game going and gave it. Seemed like it lacked some momentum offensively early on from both sides, but that got both teams into it.
Marquez Warwick only had 3 points in the first half. Harris Hawkins had 7. Mayan White had the big 3. Keyston Brown had 9 points. Marquise Mackey had 3 points. And Ramon Jackson, as Cal said, 10 points unofficially in that first half. Led all scorers off the bench for the Henry Clay Blue Devils. I think he actually got the start tonight.
I think he did.
Blue Devils.
Another thing, I think he started in place of White. But another thing to watch here is Henry Clay got to the line a ton in the first half. Scott County did not. The key in the first meeting of the regular season was Scott County was the team that was getting to the line, and that was how they kind of built and expanded their lead. I think the Cardinals needed to do a better job driving to the basket and drawing the contact. They were getting called for a lot of offensive fouls, so you got to adjust somehow.
The 8 teams in the regional, they will be, of course, Frankfort will be in there, and it will be Woodford County. We'll talk about that as we get going here in the second half.
It's going to be a battle all 3 rounds. There aren't going to be too many gimmies in the quarterfinals.
Fluker and Clint Covington has it stolen away by Jackson. And they throw it out to Marquez and ball in backcourt. Jackson quickest to it, gives it to Brown. Keyston over to Harris Hawkins, a 3-pointer, in and out, rebound by Bryce Long.
That would have been a big one if it went down to start the second half.
Yep, Diablo Stewart, Glenn Covington, Bryce Long, Lorenzo Williams, Michael Moreno.
That was a bailout foul. Stewart was in trouble, and Razor Jackson got the hand in there a little too aggressively.
Ryan White started this second half with Razor Jackson, Marquez, Keyston Brown, and Harris Hawkins. So those are all your starters. Backdoor to Marino, tapped away. Jackson's got it for Henry Clay. Jackson pushing it in the corner to Marquez. A baseline jumper, and that's going to be too strong. Good rebound by Glenn Covington.
Way to get up there by Covington. He would not be denied.
Covington, 3 defenders on him, throws over to Williams. He saves the ball. Back it goes to Diablo Stewart. Stolen by Brown.
There's too much showtime on the passes here from Scott County tonight.
Keyston Brown has a block by Marino.
What a block by Big Mike.
Came over and gave you a high five before the second
a little
half.
hand pound there.
Yep. Little hand. Here we go. The other way, and that shot put up and in by White. 5 points for Maya White. The lead is back to 6. 30-second timeout.
37 all at the half.
And the LCA Dunbar scored 37 all at halftime.
That's a high-scoring game for LCA. They like to keep it down. I know Catholic does whenever they play each other, but you don't see LCA usually lighting up the scoreboard like that. That pace might favor Dunbar.
We've only played a minute, 11 seconds of this second half, third quarter, if you will. The bucket by White there in transition. A great block we've seen by Michael Marino. He not only blocked it, kept the ball to himself, and then got it in transition.
Just like we say, the body control and awareness that he has to A, not foul in that situation, because so many kids don't have the discipline to do that, but then to stay with it and have the hand-eye coordination to get the rebound as well.
Lorenzo Williams gets it into Diablo Stewart, 37-31. Henry Clay leading Scott County by 6. 6:43 to go in the third quarter. 42nd District Championship game at Henry Clay in front of a packed house. Fluker, boy, he had a couple rainbow shots in that first half.
He's a difference maker when he's in there.
He is.
You got to account for him.
He made a difference in that first half. Marino, right side. He's going to kick it back to Diablo Stewart. Diablo, of course, Prince Stewart, I think, is his dad, isn't he?
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Prince Stewart was a heck of a basketball
player.
I
believe he is.
Foul went on Mackey. That's his first. Team second. And Scott County's yet to pick up a foul here. Of course, we've only played a minute, 42 seconds. 6:18 in the third. Fluker to Bryce Long, back of the rim, no, rebounded.
Same as the first half, offense was slow out of the gate for both teams.
Jackson knocked away by Diablo into Daniel Brown's hands over there, and he's got some quick hands over there.
Well, you'd expect that out of a guy that scored 2,300 points or whatever it was in high school and college.
Jackson working on Diablo Stewart, gives it over now to Brown with Williams on him. Keyston backing it back in, bounces now to Harris Hawkins, working on Long. Hawkins kicks it in the corner, and there's a three-pointer knocked down, and that's a big shot by Mackey.
As we said, the complimentary players stepping up here.
40-31. Fluker kicks it over to Diablo Stewart. There's a three-pointer off the back of the rim. Marino is going to
he got held.
And Hawkins saying that he was grabbed, but he's going to lose that case, and foul will be on Hawkins.
That's a big turn of events because Henry Clay gets that possession all of a sudden with a 9-point lead. Things are looking tough for Scott County.
Diablo Williams, and there's going to be a charge. They're going to call a charge on Lorenzo Williams.
Well, Hawkins did the heads-up thing after getting called for that foul, is stand in someone's way and draw the call.
We're going to do some maintenance work here at Henry Clay. 5:39 to go.
Hawkins looking a little worse for wear, walking up the court, blinking his eyes, and he paid the price for that. But it was a heads-up play by him.
5 minutes, 39 seconds to go in this district championship. Gary Ball with Cal Oaks and William Warfield, King of String. I'm just going to start calling KOS. Right side, Keyston Brown. Back out top now to Mackey. Over to Hawkins, over to Razor Jackson. Back to Hawkins. Hawkins to the basket, cut off. Back out to Jackson. He lets a three fly front of the rim. No.
Not a good shot.
No, not a good shot. Long rebound by Diablo Stewart. Diablo down the middle, and he throws it up. No good. Hawkins taps it to Marquez. And there with the ball is Keyston Brown. Well, fast and furious here.
Yeah, nice disruptive play by Fluker. Henry Clay would have had numbers otherwise.
Brown gets a rebound. Kicks it in the corner to Marquez. Quez. Out top it comes down to Razor Jackson. 4:52. Jackson to the basket, slapped down, and off the knee of Jackson it goes to Scott County. Good defense by the Cards.
Yeah, it's a big possession to keep them from getting that double-digit lead. You got to go on a run. Scott County hasn't scored in the second half.
Glenn Covington, who's trying to get on track.
3 fouls.
Checks in for Diablo Stewart.
3 fouls, which is why he's been sitting on the bench. But
Yep.
Now's the time. You can't afford not to have him in there.
Yep, district championship on the line here at the 42nd District at Henry Clay. The Blue Devils 40, the Cardinals of Scott County 31. Pass down low. Turn around, and Hamilton shot. Boy, he knocks it down.
Just that soft touch.
Taryn Hamilton, that's his 8th point. He's got 4 of them, 4 field goals, all from about the same distance.
Yep. He's been on fire at 25 a week ago tonight and a loss at Dunbar.
Brown, Keyston bounces over to Mackey. Mackey goes in the left side, throws it off glass, and puts it down. What a shot by Marquise Mackey.
Strong take by a guy fairly deep off the Henry Clay bench. He's got 9 points.
40, and there's a shame shot by Taryn Hamilton. Good. Same result.
It's as good as a free throw, but it counts for 2.
That's 10 points now for Taryn Hamilton. 5 field goals. He's missed 1 shot, right?
Yeah, if that.
If that.
I think you're right.
42-35. 3:51 to go in the third quarter. Crossing over, Marquez Warwick. Warwick to the basket, and he's going to be fouled by Fluker.
Scott County foul number 1, King Fluker, his 3rd.
I think they said 3rd on Fluker.
That is his 3rd.
Yeah.
Covington has 3. Fluker has 3. The numbers are mounting on the backcourt side of things.
Fluker heads over toward the Scott County bench. He doesn't get much over there from Billy Hicks, just.
Billy is at the point in his career where he doesn't have to say much. He doesn't really believe in it. He wants the kids to find their own, dig their own way out sometimes.
Quez hit his 4th point, missed the 2nd one. 43-35, Henry Clay by 8. Leading the number 1 team in the state, Scott County Cardinals, 29-2. 25-5, Henry Clay. Baseline, and a reverse.
Oh.
Fluker won't go.
I like the idea,
yeah,
but
he reversed it.
not the
and
right
in.
execution.
Yep. Good shot. Good idea, though. In the corner to Mackey. Mackey goes left side, stops, looking for teammates. Comes back out to Marquez Warwick with Glenn Covington on him. Warwick crosses over into the lane, throws it up off balance, no good. Rebounded by Taryn Hamilton. Here's Glenn Covington. Kicks it deep in the corner. Stolen by Jackson. And he gets it out to Warwick, and Warwick lays it up and in.
10-point lead, 3 minutes to go in the third.
2:58. Glenn Covington, good crossover dribble to the basket, throws it up. No.
Scott County's got to get a better possession than that. Things are getting out of
pass
control.
to Warwick, lays it up and in, and we got a foul called on Hamilton. The basket will count. The soup and a sandwich.
His 4th, team's 3rd of the half.
3rd foul on.
Marquez Warwick at the free throw line. He will attempt to complete.
First foul on Hamilton.
3-point play.
2:48. This is the biggest lead Henry Clay's had in this game, Cal.
It is by far. Baker's dozen.
Scott County number 33. Lorenzo Williams.
Marquez really picking it up here in the second half. He only had 3 points in the first half. He's already got 6 in the third quarter, and we still got 2:48 to go in this quarter.
Long way to go.
Yeah, long way.
Scott County just hasn't been able to get in the rhythm offensively in this quarter at all.
Henry Clay trying to win the 42nd District, Scott County. I think the last 10 years, Scott County's won, what, 7 or 8?
Henry Clay had a run of 3 straight, but that was it.
Glenn Covington, deep 3. Oh, and it's good!
They need it badly, and they need more than one.
Yeah, he can get it going in a hurry. Razor Jackson cut off by Marino. Says, no, I'm going to go in there on this guy. He's 6'6". Let's bring it back out.
I'm going to choose a better matchup than that.
We're going to choose a little better matchup here. Jackson to the basket, loses his balance, throws it up. No, rebounded by Bryce Long.
And he landed on his wrist, I think.
Down on his wrist. We're going to have a foul call. Jackson is shaken up. He's back underneath the basket, and the UK's trainer is going to come out and check him out.
Hope he's all right. He's a tough kid. As you said, a great track athlete. You wouldn't want anything to disrupt that season.
Because that season's getting ready to come up.
It's here. He's crossing over right now, I'm sure.
And halftime, Frankfort 25, Woodford County 22.
Yeah, that's about as expected and advertised.
We had 37 all, Dunbar and LCA.
All good ones.
48-38 here. Down low, Hamilton, right side. Won't go. And that time Hawkins taps it out. There's Mackey to the basket. Lays it up with that quickness up and in.
So much athleticism top to bottom on this team. You can't let them get running the floor.
That's 10 points for Mackey. Left side three-pointer won't go for long. And battle for it. Coming out there with Lorenzo. Shovels it down to Marino. Up and in.
Big basket for Marino. Big basket for the Cardinals to get them back within 10.
6 points to go with about 7 rebounds. Marino almost gets a steal. Hawkins stops and pops, and we're going to have a foul called on Michael Marino. And I agree with you, Michael.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Where was the foul?
I don't think so. He went straight up. That's only his second.
Yeah. That's only the team's fourth foul.
Or is it his first? I guess it's his first. I thought he had one in the first half.
Yeah, I don't think he did because I only had him with one. But at the line will be Harris Hawkins, and the free throw is short. 50-40, Henry Clay.
That point in the game where your legs get a little weary, and those free throws.
Basketball feels a little heavy at this point, doesn't it? What a crowd we got in here tonight.
Yeah, what a game.
This is what high school basketball should be right here.
If there's any secret that both these teams have a chance to run the table after this.
Oh, yeah. Free throw connected by Hawkins. That's his. He has a total of 8 points now. 51-40, 11-point lead for Henry Clay with 1:19 in the third quarter. Tell you what, this fourth quarter is going to be pretty exciting. Diablo Stewart backs it back out, working on Keyston Brown. Diablo gives it now to Glenn Covington. Covington takes it strong to the basket, throws it up off window, good.
Nice take. It's
like
what
I
he's going to do more of.
He can get it going in a hurry. That's quick 5 points for Glenn Covington. Marquez backs up, and he walked. He put the shot up, it went in, but he traveled as he backed up.
This is a big stretch if you're Henry Clay because you were threatening to put this thing away, and all of a sudden, Scott County.
Hamilton back to Diablo Stewart, and we're going to have a foul called.
And Hawkins is taking a beating here. I don't know. He's
went down hard.
Been down a long time.
And Hawkins
he's all right.
Yeah, I think he's going to be okay. He's there with Diablo Stewart. Foul's called on him, I believe. They called a foul on Hawkins. Says he's okay.
I think he might have the wind knocked out of him for a minute.
How about that entry to Zion Williamson the other night that blew out of his tennis shoe?
Yeah, man.
Blew out of his Nike. And
that's a lot of money on the table.
And a tough loss for UK with Reed Travis.
Yeah, I think both those teams need those guys to be 100% to have any chance.
48 seconds here. Diablo Stewart can cut in this 9-point lead for Henry Clay. 48.4 seconds to go. Free throw back of the rim, no good for Diablo.
Just not been a good night shooting the ball for Diablo Stewart. He's been awfully hit or miss the last couple of weeks.
Free throw no good. Rebounded by Brown, and over his back is going to be Kobe Harris.
And Harris and Hawkins jarring at each other going down the. I think both teams need to watch that.
Marquez has it in backcourt on Covington. They're touting him as Mr. Basketball next year. Quez of Warwick of Henry Clay. Keyston Brown in the corner, and there's a high arcer, and it won't go there on the shot by White. Williams throws it high over to Stewart. Stewart on the baseline, and we're going to have a grab. Mayan White picked it up.
It's his first.
First foul on White.
Team 6.
Team 6 foul, so the next foul will put Scott County in the bonus.
Yeah, you got to think both teams are going to spend a lot of time at the line in the fourth quarter. It may come down to that.
Diablo Stewart looking down low. And with the basketball, the shot put up and in. And
he might have missed a layup, but he's not missing that shot tonight.
He is not missing. 12 points for Taryn Hamilton. And he will get the soup and the sink.
Attempts to complete the three-point play.
You can feel things swinging a little bit.
And he does hit it, the three-point play. 51-45.
Lead's been cut in half, and then some.
13 seconds. Over to Keyston Brown. Brown working on Lorenzo Williams. 6 seconds to the basket. Scoop shot up and
big
in.
basket by Brown. That's what you want out of your point guard.
Has double figures now, and that shot off the rim by Diablo. Into the third quarter. Henry Clay 53. Scott County 45 here at the 42nd District. And we want to thank, of course, Mingua Beef Jerky. Mingua Beef Jerky, proud sponsor, Mingua Beef Jerky. High school game of the week here on PrepSpin. We'll step out 53-45. Henry Clay on top of #1 ranked Scott County.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 956 Kentucky charities and community events.
Employees of Whitaker Bank volunteered 14,860 hours to better our Kentucky communities.
93 nonprofits that promote diversity and inclusion in Kentucky are supported by Whitaker Bank.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
Mackey set to put it in play to Brown. Here to start the fourth quarter. Henry Clay up 8. Looking down low to Marquez Warwick. Backs it back out on Covington. 53-45, 7:49 to play. Marquez backing up, 3-point range, and gives it over to Harris Hawkins. He's from about 17, missed the shot, rebound, a good rebound by Taryn Hamilton.
Hamilton, Williams been hitting the boards hard this second half.
Covington to Hamilton way out front. Over to Williams, lines up to 3, in and out. Went halfway down. Can you give him a point for that?
It was in the cylinder and on its way.
Can't give it to him, can we?
That's tough.
Brown spinning and put it up and draws the foul. And Keyston will go to the charity stripe, and he's an outstanding free throw shooter.
Yeah, if he can spend a lot of time there down the stretch, you got to like Henry Clay's chances. And usually Stewart and Covington are the Mr. Reliable for Scott County. Stewart missed a couple a moment ago.
It's a dozen points now for Brown. His average is over 13, 14-point average. Michael Moreno back in for Lorenzo Williams. They're joining Kobe Harris, Taryn Hamilton, Diablo Stewart, and Glenn Covington. Brown hit them both. He is such a good free throw. You know, you got to look at the last couple minutes or 3 minutes of a ball game, see how many free throws the guys make. You know, Tyler Hero's 92% for Kentucky this year. That's above Kyle Macy's percent.
It's exactly right. It's all about timing. If you can hit them late, you're a good commodity to have.
The lead is 10 for Henry Clay. Scott County backing up. Covington the 3, yes!
If he can get heated up, this game is not over.
He's got 8 points here in the second half. Brown to the basket, lost possession of it. Turns around. Off the leg it goes as he threw it in the corner to Mackey, and Mackey lost it off his foot.
What's this all about?
They're going to talk about it.
All right. Brown with a great play to save himself from the turnover.
You know what?
His teammate.
I think his pass surprised Mackey over there.
Yeah, it sure did.
Too good of a pass.
I think
he was too good of one.
He was expecting Brown to go for the layup, even though he was in triple team traffic.
6:45 to play. Henry Clay on top, 55-47. Diablo Stewart to the basket, kicks it over to Moreno. Moreno power move up and in. Big move by Michael Moreno. 8 points.
I think what that discussion was is that last basket by Covington was ruled a 2.
Quez falls down, and the ball goes out of bounds, and Moreno helps him up. What a great sportsmanship shown there by Michael Moreno. You know, you're in the heat of a battle. You got 6:31 to go. You're down by 6 points, and a man falls down, you help him up.
They don't make him any better than that, young man.
That's right. Diablo Stewart. Diablo, right side, looking to Moreno. He's open from 3.
That's a big
He'll
shot.
line it up, front of the rim, no. Tapped out, and battle for Moreno. And we're going to have a foul called. It's going to go on Keyston Brown.
Covington talking to the Henry Clay student section saying it's not over, it's not over.
Is that what he was telling them? He's right. Covington, I believe, is going for football, right? To
Campbellsville.
Campbellsville for football.
He's going to rejoin his old teammate Josh Davis, the quarterback down there. And Trey Bender, a lineman.
Moreno missed the free throw, rebounded, and coming down with it was Mackey. They give to Marquez Warwick.
1-and-1 misses, man. They will get you.
9 points for Warwick. Keyston Brown, bounce pass to Hawkins, lays it up and in. What a great pass.
Yeah,
those two have played together a little
beautiful
bit.
Pass. You can see the awareness of where he was going to be at the right moment.
57-49. There's Hamilton.
Whoa.
That shot was off
for
that
the first time.
Yeah. I mean, everything he'd been putting up, Terry Hamilton.
You'd think he was at least going to get some of the rim the way it's been going, but
Jackson.
Big possession for Henry Clay.
Over to Mackey. They kick it out to Brown. He lines up to three. Off the rim,
off
the back of the
down.
rim. Yep. Coming with the Diablo Stewart. Stewart to the basket, hangs, and scores.
Continuation. Little NBA there, but Scott County will take it.
Second field goal of the game for Diablo. 57-51, 5:27 to play here in this game at the 42nd District tonight. The Lady Cards of Scott County won big over Henry Clay. Final was, what,
88-57?
88-57.
I thought 87-57, and then I got the box score at the end, and they had somehow added a point. The scoreboard had a lot of irregularities in that game, so that doesn't surprise me.
Wes to Mackey. Hangs and it rolls off. Had it gone, it would have counted. It was halfway down the cylinder.
And now he's got a cramp, and he's got to earn it from the foul line. Bad timing there.
Yep. Marquise Mackey. You know, his hang time is what allowed him to be fouled.
Yeah.
He was hanging, and that Scott County player came to him as he was up there hanging in the air with the hang time.
Had some elevation.
57-52.
And it's tough when you got a cramp in your leg like that to get the.
People probably walk in this gym and said, "Oh, Scott County's up 5," because you know they're the home team.
They have no idea.
And Henry Clay's up 5. Free throw, no good there.
Yeah, free throws are all about that knee bend, and if you've got a cramp in that leg or foot or wherever he's dealing with it right now.
Hamilton goes out and Harris comes in. Both teams go to the 11th region tournament. Gets underway Monday. Free throw rolls in there for and timeout.
Good timeout for Dan Brown there. I think his team kind of needs a minute to collect their thoughts.
And that'll give us time to tell you about all of our sponsors here on the network. Of course, Mingua Beef Jerky, our title sponsor. UPS the Kentucky Loop. They've been sponsoring a replay tonight, the UPS Kentucky Loop. And also Bob Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet. Don't forget the Kentucky Scoreboard Show tonight, 10 to midnight. Rick Shaw, Donnie Atkins, they'll give you all the scores and talk to coaches from around the state. They're on 50 stations. It originates on 630 WLAP here in Lexington. Kentucky Scoreboard Show, 10 to midnight, every Friday night with Rick and Don Atkins here on 630 WLAP. And the Scholastic Ball Report, you can check it out this Sunday at noon. Scholastic Ball Report. Bourbon County is our team of the week. We've got the West Jessamine State Champion Bowling team on this Sunday. And also on the show, we've got a feature on the Frankfort Panthers 26-win season and highlights from all the games around the area on the Scholastic Ball Report Sunday at noon on the CW. Busy stuff going on around here.
It's a good kind of busy, though, isn't it?
It's Scott County basketball.
58-52. Scott County trailing Henry Clay by 6. 5:15 to go in this basketball game. Gary Ball with Cal Oaks of the Georgetown News Graphic newspaper, and William Warfield, the King of Stream. Corey Rainey up top. Shot by, goes up and in by Mr. Stewart.
You love Stewart struggling all night long, but he's coming to play here in the fourth.
Here's a steal almost by Williams, and we're going to have a foul call on Brown.
Smart foul by Brown. But you can feel Big Mo going toward the team in the white, and its fans are feeling it.
Lorenzo Williams will step up there. The Scott County fans are on their feet along the way. At the line, Williams. Free throw rolls in.
Big point.
But you know what? That'll show up as a point.
It don't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Got him within 3. Williams looks like he's hobbled a little bit right now. He's dealt with ankle injuries this year.
Got them both. Lorenzo makes it 58-56.
Remember when it was a 13-point lead for Henry Clay not long ago?
I sure do.
Feels like ancient history.
Jackson works it across. Working on Diablo Stewart. Looking for his teammate, Harris Hawkins. Hawkins to the basket. It's good. He will get the soup and the sandwich. We'll look at that again. They go down to Harris Hawkins, waited and let the player float by him there. Fouling. Missed the free throw.
That's a big miss.
Could have put him up 5. 4 minutes and 35 seconds to go. Diablo Stewart quickly in the corner. Glenn Covington passes over Brown down there. They get the ball. Jackson steals it out of there. Leads it out to Marquez Warwick. In front of the Henry Clay bench. Gets it out back to Jackson. To the basket. Throws it up and rolls off. And rebounded by Williams. Lorenzo. And he's going to be fouled by Marquez.
And he'll go to the line. And it's double bonus.
That's a second on Quez. 60-56. Cal, this game getting down to crunch time, if you will.
It is. It's about to get real.
Yep. 60-56, 4:14 to go in regulation. Williams, in and out.
Grandma, put your false teeth in your pocket, as they say.
He can cut it down to 3. Lorenzo Williams.
Ooh.
Missed it. Rebounded though by Marino. No,
And
excuse me,
foul.
that was a
Harris.
foul on Harris.
It was Harris, but it's going to be nullified anyway and come back the other way.
Yep. So shooting free throws for Henry Clay will be Marquez, and he'll shoot 2 of them. They're in a double bonus.
Harris trying to find out what he did.
I am too. 4 minutes and 14 seconds. Michael Marino's on the bench over there.
Giving him one last rest. They're going to need a good 3-minute run out of him probably here at the end of regulation, and I say that because we could go beyond that.
At the line, Quez, and he knocked it down. That's 10 now for Quez in the ball game. Only had that 3 in the first half.
Yeah, he's picked it up. Covington's picked it up. Stewart's picked it up as we thought they might.
Got them both. Lead is back to 6.
Here comes Marino.
Michael Marino replacing Harris.
I don't think you'll see Marino leave the game again.
Covington, 4 minutes, 10 seconds to play. Kicks it over to Long. Lob to Michael Marino, working on Harris Hawkins. Marino backing in. Down low, and they're going to call a reaching foul. It's going to be on Brown.
Officials calling it pretty close to the vest right now at both ends, so you got to be aware of that if you're defensive players on either side.
That's 4 on Brown. So.
That's huge. They lose him. Wow.
It sticks up between the rim and the backboard, just stays there. So
the rhythm on the free throw is just not there. I mean, both sides have struggled.
But you know
a
what?
bit.
If you're a Scott County fan, you're saying wait till he gets back.
You don't want anybody else.
Oh, exactly.
You don't want anybody else in there.
Exactly.
That's for darn sure.
Missed the free throw. Missed the second one. Rebounded by Hawkins. How many rebounds that for Harris Hawkins?
It's got to be double digits. I'll take half of Michael Marino over 100% of just about anybody else in Kentucky high school basketball.
In the corner, they go to Mackey. 3:49 to play. Out to Brown. Brown to the basket, scoops it up, and it's in.
That's an unafraid play by a guy with 4 fouls, and he's hurt.
Yeah.
And it's his knee, and that's not good news.
Yep.
I hope that young man's all right. Maybe might just be a cramp the way the trainer's holding him.
Keyston Brown now in the game with 15 points. 64-56. You know, Scott County got it down to, what, 2 points?
They were within 2, and it's been a 6-0 run ever since.
Right now it's back up to 8 with 3:40 to play in this game. Of course, whoever wins this game gets to host the regional Monday night. They host it at their place. Scott County comes back and pulls it out. They'll host at Scott County. Henry Clay wins. They'll host it right here at Henry Clay.
Right now, ladies and gentlemen, if you drive a Kia, check your pocket in reverse and see if you've lost your key.
William from Prep, our King of Stream, tells me it was knee on knee with Keystone Brown. Knee on knee, but it looks like he's going to be okay. Yeah, he's reeling in pain over there. Checking his knee. Coach's son, of course, Daniel Brown, the head coach of Henry Clay, 25-5, and Scott County 29-2. They lost last regular season game to Dunbar, and that's the only game they've lost in the state of Kentucky to a Kentucky team in quite some time, I understand.
Yeah, since December of 2016 at Lexcath.
They're trying to see. They're trying to work on the knee there. Yeah, they're working on the knee. 3:40 to go in this game. 64-56. You know, what's most important here for Daniel Brown is not only the health of his son and his injury situation.
He's got a game to win.
Yeah.
And now if your point guard's unavailable for the last 3:40, I still think it could be a cramp the way they're holding on to his. But I don't know.
He's trying to walk it off. He's walking on his own power.
You just hope and pray.
Yeah.
Because obviously, hey, look, I'm a Scott County guy, but I want Henry Clay to have every chance to get what they deserve in the postseason.
Keystone Brown is going to the back of the bench over there. Let's see if he goes onto the locker. He's over there back of the bench. So Scott County will have the ball, and got Mackey in there and also White. Down low. And shot put up with the left hand.
You got to attack here if you're Scott County. You got to go for the jugular.
That's 15 for Hamilton. Boy, he's done a great job tonight.
Yeah, he's really come into his own the second half of this season. The Marino injury almost helped him a little bit to kind of discover that.
Three-pointer out of the corner, knocked down by Mackey.
Big shot in a big situation.
That's 11.5 for Mackey. 67-58. Hamilton hands it back to Diablo Stewart. Stops at the free throw line, bounces back to Long. Cross it over. Rice dumps it down low, and it's stolen by Jackson.
You got to make the smart pass there, not the Showtime pass.
And there's Marquez with the layup. The assist on the left side from White. 69-58, and we're going to have a foul called on the. And down with another injury is going to be Harris Hawkins. Got an elbow injury. Gets up okay, but he's really ginger. That left elbow is really ginger there for Hawkins. He's still holding it for Henry Clay. 69-58. Henry Clay Blue Devils on top of Scott County Cardinals. And Scott County, last one out of Georgetown, turn out the lights.
Yeah.
They brought a big crowd over here tonight. One of the best crowds I've seen in a long time. You've seen plenty of them over there at Scott County.
Yeah, but this, I mean, I don't see crowds like this for regular season home games. So this is something. Toyota Classic maybe, but other than that.
Free throw connected there by Williams. Cam Fluker back in the game for Long. LCA over Dunbar 68-55 in the 43rd district. Free throw connected by Williams.
That's a team that had never been that far, LCA, until 3 years ago. Now they've been there three consecutive.
Now they're making a habit of it.
Yeah, well, Kyle Rode has something to do with that.
Kyle Rode's he's a steal for Liberty.
Oh, gosh, I know it.
Mackey back out to Jackson, 2:32 to play. Jackson into the paint, looking for some help. Cut off, and we're going to have a timeout. Timeout called by, that'll be a 30-second timeout by Dan. 69-60, the lead for Henry Clay here at the 42nd. And we've got, of course, we told you about the score over there at the 43rd district. Go ahead, William.
Got a couple of shout-outs, fellas. Laura Starnes watching on Facebook. Bill Holland says, Gary and Kyle, you guys are doing a great job. Laura Stearns also gave us the final score for the LCA game, 68-55. Laura Stearns said, again, you guys are doing a great job, and Robbie Ballard also watching on Facebook, and there's a whole bunch watching on YouTube right now.
Yeah, we welcome all those folks on the NFHS network, on Facebook, YouTube, and on PrepSpin.com. Gary Ball with Cal Oaks, the sports. Are you the editor over there?
I'm the sports guy.
Sports
period.
guy.
Sports editor, sports writer.
At the Georgetown News Graphic.
I'm the sports department.
With William Moorfield, the king of string. Hawkins down low and hanging and scoring is White. Makes it 71-60.
This one's just about over.
And that shot won't go there for Hamilton. He's been making those all night. A couple of air balls the last 2 times. Give it back outside to Marquez Ward. 2 minutes to play. Henry Clay stolen away by Williams. Williams drives down, lays it up, and in. Good job by Lorenzo. Boy, he picked the pocket there.
He won't let him go gently into the good night here.
That's right. Quez was out there frolicking in midcourt, and Mr. Williams said, I'll take that, thank you very much. Stole it from him and laid it up and in. Made it a 9-point ball game with 1:48 to go here in this game. We certainly appreciate you joining us, Cal, on these 2 broadcasts tonight, the girls game and the boys game.
What a night it's been, and what a game this has been. And can you imagine if you're a district champion from elsewhere in this region? Good news is you won your district. Bad news is you might have to play Scott County on Monday.
Yeah, your reward,
that's the flip side.
But you will be at home.
Yeah, you'll have that going for you, which is nice.
But you know what? You're at home. You play the #1 team in the state, Scott County.
Yeah, good luck.
That's if they if Henry Clay can hold on here.
A ticked off #1 team.
Yeah. And losers of 2 of their last 3, right?
Yeah, well, yes, and full credit to Henry Clay.
I mean, if it happens,
they've just not let Scott. Yeah, they've just not let Scott County get comfortable, and they're the guys who I thought Scott County could exploit tonight and maybe take advantage of the fact that Henry Clay didn't have depth have stepped up and proven me wrong and a lot of people wrong. I think you think of Mackey, Jackson.
Yeah.
White has hit some big shots.
Yeah. Jackson, he's made his presence felt here in the second half, but he hasn't even scored a point.
Hawkins is still clutching that elbow. Man, that's another thing is Henry Clay has paid the price. Brown kind of half limping back.
Yeah, half limping
here.
Back out there. He's got it straight out.
I still think it's cramps.
Yeah. 1:48 here in the game, and it's 71-62. Henry Clay by 9. They give to Quez. Back it goes to Jackson.
You got to gamble defensively.
Jackson
now
to Hawkins.
County.
Down court and right side, and shot put up and in by White. Mayan White with 9. 1:30 to go. And running into court, and it's going to be a blocking call against Hawkins. He can't get one tonight, can he? He's trying to take about,
I don't know, but
he's trying to take about 3.
I'm telling you what, I hope his mom has some ice bags all ready to go when he gets home because he's going to need them. Oh, my goodness. He is taking a pounding.
Razor Jackson screaming over at Mayan White. I don't know what he was telling him, but 1:28 to go in this game, and it's 73-62. Free throw connected by Mr. Williams. Boy, he's got a good second half.
He's hit 5 from the line here, 7 points in the fourth quarter, 11 total.
Yeah, double figures.
He's kind of kept them in it.
Yeah, really has. And he got a both.
And it just hasn't been a big night for Stewart and Covington. They've kind of, Henry Clay's definitely kept them in check.
Marquez into Jackson. And Williams was on him. And Razor Jackson saying he's got a hold of my jersey. He's holding my jersey. Tells the other. He's got 2 of the officials told that he held his jersey. And there's going to be a foul called. And I think they're going to call that Jackson.
That's a makeup on the jersey grab is what I think that is.
Jackson,
he just ran into Lorenzo Williams.
Yeah, that's his 5th foul.
Well,
so he is fouled out.
Good night for Williams. Foul out with 12 points. He's one of only 2 Cardinals in double figures. Hamilton the other with 15. It's been a quiet night for Long. Had 8 early points, but nothing since then.
Raymond Jackson. Senior. Got it. He got ice water in his veins.
He does. Well, you said it, senior. Your last word before he took the shot was the key. You know, you want to win with seniors. And I really thought that was the key for Scott County this year, but it's not going down tonight in the district final.
Jackson got them both. He has a dozen in the game. 75-64. Diablo Stewart to the basket, hanging, won't go. Tapped around and put up by Fluker off the back. Battle for it, turning around. Harris throws it up and in. He's fouled. The basket will count.
Hawkins, I love the way that kid plays the game.
32, Harris Hawkins, his fifth.
He will foul out, but I'm gonna give him a hand underneath the table here because he's earned it.
Make sure you're under that table now. You got a lot of Scott County fans over there along the way.
I respect.
Yeah.
I respect hard and fair play.
Yeah, I do too. And I think Keyston Brown is going to check in for him. And he looks to be.
He looks fine.
A noticeable, maybe little give in that. I don't know. I think he's running pretty good.
What might have looked like the stability test, I think, were just stretches to try to get the cramp out of that leg, and it was a bad one.
Completed the three-point play. It's 75-67. 8-point lead for Henry Clay. Marquez over to Brown. In the middle to Jackson. Down a minute 8 to go. Jackson, and we're going to have a foul call. That'll be Fluker. That's his fifth. So Fluker's fouled out.
Jackson dries his hands on the hardwood there. Still a 3-possession game, so Jackson needs to make both of these to kind of salt it away a little bit. This deficit looks vaguely familiar to what Scott County faced at Madison Central earlier this year, but they seem to make time stand still in that game.
Well, we talked in the pregame, what kind of game would this be? Would this be the game that was close or the game that Scott County blew them out? And I think here on Henry Clay's floor.
I think that's a big swing.
Yeah.
You know, all credit to Henry Clay, but because they've earned it. But
free throw stays in there for Jackson. 13 now for Jackson. The lead is 11. A minute to go. Bryce Long lines up the three, off the mark, rebounded and stuck back up and in by Harris. 5 points for Kobe Harris. 76-69. That's going to be a 30-second timeout. And of course, thank you guys for watching tonight on PrepSpin. And we'll have all the 11th region tournament right here on PrepSpin, starting with the game Monday night. And William, if Henry Clay holds on and wins here tonight, we might be right back here Monday night with the regional game, huh?
That'd be fun for you.
Could be. LCA won the 43rd, so they'll be at home. We're going to flip a coin. That's what we'll do. Regional tournament starts Monday.
I don't think you can go wrong with either one of those.
How about your reward if you're Lexington Christian? You get Scott County.
Could you imagine? At Scott County, they might like that game, though. I mean, Scott County had its way with LCA. Now, granted, that was back on like December 5th or something like that.
Yeah. 54 seconds to go. 76-69, Henry Clay. A long pass, a football pass to Jackson. Jumps up, catches the ball. Knocked out, goes out, and is that Barber, the big guy in there?
Yeah, Barber was in there. Stewart was there. It was double coverage.
Barber's quickly out.
Yeah, they're making some defensive substitutions. Marino on the sideline right now. I think he might be done for the night.
White gives it back to Brown. Brown in trouble. And hands it over to Quez. Back to Brown. Pass left side, shot put up, and a foul called with 40 seconds. And that'll send back to the line. And Mackey foul on Diablo Stewart is his second
Henry
personal.
Clay must just be thinking, why isn't that clock moving any faster?
Yeah, no, it's just creepy.
Reminds me of what they say, and it's about that time of year when the U.S. beat the Soviets in hockey, and they kept looking up at the clock. It's not moving.
Well, they did that about 3 times because it didn't move. Free throw connected by, boy, this kid has played a great ball game.
Yeah, you got to tip your hat to him. 15 points. I wonder if that's a season high or close to it. I mean, the guy came in averaging 6.2.
Maybe a career high.
In a big spot, to say the least.
And he got them both, so he's got 16.
Ice water. 3-possession game. Time's a waste.
38 seconds. Diablo Stewart Throws it up and have a call. Foul will go on Jackson.
Kind of a good foul because you're limiting him to 2 here.
Yep.
No chance of him getting to 3 unless they miss it and get a rebound on the second.
Jackson is so quick, isn't he? He's only 5'8", 5'9".
It's just lightning. You saw it in football. I mentioned the Scott County game. The kid had 300+ all-purpose yards, scored in every conceivable fashion.
35 seconds. Diablo Stewart gets 2 free throws. They give it back to him for the second time. Got it. Diablo Stewart.
Good news for Scott County. The clock isn't moving right now. 35.4.
78-70. Henry Clay on top. 71. 78-71 as Diablo gets them both. 35 seconds here in this ball game. Marquez back to Brown. Brown kicks it down low to White, and it's knocked away. Picked up by White. White goes to the basket, throws it up. No, rebounded by.
Gotta hurry.
Bryce Long is up at the basket, gives it back to Diablo Stewart. Stewart loses control, gives it to Covington, a 3-pointer, in and out, and tapped out, and they're going to say last touch by Scott County.
That's going to do it. For the first time since 2016, Scott County is going to lose a district game, and it'll be to the same team that beat them that time.
Keeson Brown.
Same game.
And Henry Clay will ride a lot of momentum into that regional tournament.
They absolutely will. You think since the new year, the only team they've lost to is Scott County twice. So nobody else has been able to beat them.
They'll go to 26-5 if they hold on here, and Scott County will drop. You say drop it to 29-3.
Yeah, going on the road, but boy, the fox is in the hen house, to say the least.
6 seconds.
Yeah, I guess the clock didn't start soon enough there, so they took care of it.
Billy Hicks. Jackson will dribble it out. Down to 2 seconds. And Henry Clay has pulled off the upset. They've upset number 1, Scott County, 78-71. Henry Clay heads to the regional with a district championship, 78-71. And Cal, I know you got some newspaper work to do.
I appreciate all the opportunity to be with you guys tonight. It's been a pleasure.
Bob Eads, my former coach at Boone County, behind us. Goodbye to Coach Eads. And Henry Clay pulls off the upset, 78-71. We'll step out. We'll come back. We'll have some post-game interviews with Daniel Brown and the Henry Clay Blue Devils as they win the district, 78-71.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will have the ceremony for the district champions for both the boys and girls. Coming up.
Oh, yeah. Hey, William, we got, of course, one of the stars of this game. We're talking about Maya White. White, I tell you what, you guys put the pressure on Scott County in the second half. You really picked up the defense.
Yes, sir, I just had to. I'm not feeling really well today, but there's something in me that just made me want to come out here and play hard. I really wanted this district championship. Coach has been talking about it all year long, and this is one of the goals that we have set.
Y'all knew it was Scott County, the #1 team in the state. What did you think going in against Scott County? They've beaten you twice in the regular season.
They're a good team. Like I said, we just got to play hard on D. We've been struggling with miscommunication. All we had to do is talk, and we did that tonight.
Well, great game tonight. Thanks for talking to us on PrepSpin. See you at the regional.
Thank you.
That's Mayan White. William had a great game tonight. Really helped him off the bench. I'm going to go try to get, you want me to go try to get Daniel?
Yeah. Gary Ball looking for coaches right now. Thanks, everybody, especially for tuning in tonight. I think Kentucky Orthodontics and Invisalign, $1,500 off your total if you mention PrepSpin. Doctors Durbin, Morris, and Garner. Let them know that you heard it here on PrepSpin. They'll give you $1,500 off your Invisalign total. New patients only. UPS Kentucky Loop, want to thank them. Mingua Beef Jerky, the official game day snack and PrepSpin, and our title sponsor on the network, Mingua Beef Jerky. Thank them for all that they do for us. Bluegrass Orthopedics, the official sports injury medicine provider of PrepSpin as well. Bluegrass Orthopedics.
We have a post-game awards presentation.
We're joined by Daniel Brown. Hey, Daniel, you told me that this team could make a deep run. Boy, you made a good mark tonight.
Well, we played good basketball tonight. I told you before that we wanted to slow their offense down. It worked, and then we wanted to stay aggressive. I think all night you've seen us. We wanted to be the aggressor, and we beat a good team, and I beat a Hall of Fame coach. And you know what? They'll be ready next week. My guys know that. So we'll celebrate tonight. I'm honored to win it's 4th district tournament since I've been here. And to beat them, I'm just excited about that for these boys. But it gets better than this. So we can rest tonight. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to be after for Monday.
Quest really didn't have a big game for you, but you had other guys. White stepped up, and, of course, Mackey stepped up for you.
Well, I can't say enough about the bench. And like you said, it just a total team effort. I mean, you're right, Gary. But we kept telling Quest, keep playing your game. Just keep doing your thing. You're getting a lot of attention. So that's what's scary. And we play well, but it's lost for words in a little bit. We just played, I thought, really well all night long. Even when they made their runs, we were able to answer it. And I think taking their pressure was huge.
How's Keyston, Coach?
Good. Cramps. Kids got to eat right. Got to do things right.
Eat some bananas.
But I thought before he went down, he was really active and really played well up to that point.
Coach, I know your team want to celebrate here, win a district championship. We just wanted to talk to you here on the PrepSpin.
Thanks for you guys doing. You two are first class PrepSpin. We love having y'all over at Henry Clay. What y'all do for high school sports. The crowd tonight was second to none. You all had the best seat in the house.
We sure did. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
We did have the best seat in the house. I'm going to throw it back to you, William. I tell you, he was excited, as you might well expect. He said Keyston's going to be fine. He said he was just cramping.
Yeah, absolutely. That's good news for Henry Clay. As
Henry Clay,
they're announcing all-tournament team right now. Announcing all-tournament team.
Yeah, they're announcing the girls all-tournament team. Amaya Jenkins made it.
Hey, Gary, I need to throw this out there because it was on my mind when Coach said what he said there. All these people, we sold out. We couldn't put anybody else in this gym.
Yeah, it was a sold-out gym. The fire marshal they closed the door.
I guess that closes the door on some folks saying, hey, if PrepSpin's there, the crowd's littler. That's not true.
Right. That kind of.
They come out because they're on TV, brother.
Yeah, that's right. And what a game tonight. 78-71. Henry Clay. They got a great effort tonight. And I don't want to shortchange Marquez Warwick. He had a great second half. He had 9 points, 10 points in the second half. They won at 78-71. And Scott County, I think their boys team has already left the gym.
Yeah, they're going to be cutting down the nets here pretty soon. Henry Clay's team, but I think Scott County's team's already headed for the locker room and staying back there right now.
And the all-tournament team will be announced.
Ironically, not a bad loss for Henry Clay tonight, though. I mean for Scott County, because they're going to be even hungrier next week.
Yeah, how would you like to be that district winner from one of those other districts and play the #1 team in the state for the first round of the regional?
That's why I said because we didn't know if Henry Clay or Scott County was going to win this game. So we'll wait and see who LCA plays. That's what we want to do, is wait and see. Or if Woodford County plays one of these two teams.
Yeah. The drawing is tomorrow at Eastern Kentucky at 9 a.m. The girls drawing first, the boys right after that.
You'll be tweeting that out, and we'll make a final decision on Sunday what game we're covering.
Yeah, we're not. Darren Douglas was trying to put together a region coaches show on audio. I think he was trying to put that together Sunday with some of the coaches, but we're not able to be able to have one on PrepSpin like we used to do at Rafferty's.
Yeah, well, you can still do the audio on PrepSpin. I'll put it on the main page for you.
Yeah, that's coming up. The draw is tomorrow morning. We'll put it out on Twitter at 9 a.m. the girls and 10 o'clock the boys. And Scott County gets knocked off by Henry Clay 78-71. And Diablo Stewart made the all-tournament team.
Yeah.
All district, Diablo Stewart.
This was a big win for Henry Clay. By the way, Henry Clay 2-0 against top 5 teams on PrepSpin this season.
And they're 26-5. I tell you what, I think they'll move up. They were number 3 in the poll. They beat Scott County number 1, so they'll probably move up. And Marquez Warwick, members of that all-tournament team.
Number 4, Keyston Brown.
Keyston played his heart out tonight.
He did.
Wow.
Cramping up, as his dad told us.
Yeah, it looked like on the replay, it looked like it was a knee to knee.
Boys district tournament team for Henry Clay, Raymond Jackson.
Mr. Josh Moore, the Herald leader.
Jackson.
High school preps. One of the best, William. One of the best. Mike Fields was a legend, but nobody works any harder than Josh Moore.
Yeah.
And also a member, Razor Jackson makes that all-tournament team.
Razor Jackson, deservingly so. He had a big game.
Razor Jackson. I just like that name.
Razor Ramon Jackson.
Scott County's Lady Cards win the district, and Henry Clay's boys win the 42nd district. So 78-71. Henry Clay, the victory tonight. You saw it here on PrepSpin.
Yep.
And LCA, they won their district. They defeated Dunbar.
A lot of interest in cut down.
We got.
I want to give a shout out to the Henry Clay cross country team. Says thanks PrepSpin for the Henry Clay TV celebration, and congratulations to district champs Henry Clay basketball. Proud of you. See you in the region.
And Oaksy gets a great job on the PrepSpin broadcast. Really enjoyed listening to the Scholastic Ball Report team. That's from Jeremy Wood. Jeremy Wood on Twitter. Thanking.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, we'll retweet that as well. Jeremy Wood.
So we want to thank.
I told you that guy was good when I heard him the other night. I was like, man, we got to get that guy on our broadcast.
Yeah,
Kyle's got talent.
Did a great job, Cal Oaks, with the news graphic there in Georgetown. And the regional tournament gets underway Monday night. We'll have a regional tournament game for you.
District champions.
Lady Cards getting their district championship here tonight.
Yep.
Congratulations to them. District champs.
Scott County has left the building. Most of their fans have gone. 78-71 Henry Clay. Well, we did have a good seat tonight, didn't we? Coach Brown there at the postgame said you guys had the best seat in the house.
Yeah, let's see if we're over here on Monday. We'll see if we can get that again.
Yeah. Well, the media guy said that we could have been here all week. He said.
Yeah. Well, we'll know next time, right?
Yeah. Right. Exactly. I'm glad I mentioned that to you. We're bringing extra cord to Coach Goodman. How you? It's okay. Okay. Rob Goodman, the coach at Sayre. And
Goodman's a good guy, ain't he?
Yeah, he's a really good guy, good coach. And Sayre was in a rebuilding year this year.
Yeah.
Had a major injury to Brumley, but they'll be back next year. They'll be.
Where do our Scott County boys go? Are they in the house?
Scott County Cardinals, I think, have made their way back to the locker room, and they're about ready to get on their bus, I think.
Well, yeah, they may be home by now.
Yeah.
They got out here quick.
Here they go. Congratulations.
Oh, they're here.
Yeah, here comes, they got their street clothes on.
Yeah.
Michael Marino comes out. Clint Covington. He started knocking down some threes in the second half, Covington.
Yeah.
For Scott County. Well, that does it for us.
Let's get the Henry Clay celebration real quick, and we'll keep the live video going for just a little while they're cutting down some of the nets as well. And then, I mean, we're not going to be leaving out of that parking lot anytime soon. It was a sold-out crowd tonight, brother.
It was a great crowd here at Henry Clay High School. We appreciate you joining us here on PrepSpin on Facebook, YouTube, and also on NFHS Network, National Federation High School Network. 4 different outlets tonight.
Put it everywhere, didn't we?
Yeah, number 1, Scott County.
Plus,
they fell to number 3, Henry Clay, 78-71.
Plus, I believe Herald Leader put it on their site, and also
News Graphic embedded, yeah.
We don't mind that at all, you know. You can embed our broadcast. This is more views for us, right?
Exactly. We don't charge anything for our broadcast.
No, not at all.
And we'll have 11th region action beginning on Monday. Then the semifinals are on Wednesday of the 11th region boys. The girls are on Thursday. Then the boys championship is Friday night. Here's Daniel Brown and the 42nd district champs from Henry Clay.
I believe this is the 4th time in 11 years. Is that right?
That's what we figured out, I think.
It's always been in the past 11 years Scott County or Henry Clay, I believe. This being the 11th year. Before the game, they were comparing it to 10 years. You have to go back to Sheldon Mack's Bryan Station team, I believe.
Yeah, boy, that was a good team. And my nephew played on that team at Bryan Station, Caleb Ball, and they had a great team. And of course, Sheldon still playing in the association.
Yeah, he just got traded over to the Atlanta Hawks, back to the Hawks.
Yeah. He was playing with Memphis, I think.
Yeah, it was. He's been Washington, Atlanta, Utah, and Memphis, and back to Atlanta.
Yeah, he's been traveling, no doubt about it.
He's had a pretty good career so far too. I mean, he's not going to give you 20, 30 points a game, but he'll surprise you some games.
See you, man. Hey, Sunday. Lamont Campbell, the former Henry Clay standout, and now the head coach of Bourbon County, has him in the 10th region tournament. They won 21 games this year, William. That was almost 20 years since they won 20 games over there at Bourbon County.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Got them playing some ball. Matter of fact, I would not be surprised down the road, I'm talking a few years down the road, when Mr. Brown hangs it up here at Henry Clay in several years, that young man will be the next head coach here at Henry Clay.
Really?
He played here.
Calling it, huh?
Yep. I'm calling my shot. So Henry Clay.
Sheldon Lavelle says Sheldon's now with the Charlotte Hornets. That's right. He was with Atlanta for one day, and then Charlotte picked up. You're right, Lavelle. I remember seeing that on the ticker.
Anytime you're cashing NBA checks, you're doing quite well, my man. Shelvin Mack, teammate of one of my nephews, Caleb at Bryan Station. What a great, and then went on to Butler fame, took Butler to the national championship 2 years in a row. So that does it. It's the final, 78-71. Henry Clay wins it here over Scott County. And, for my teammates, for Cal Oaks, the News Graphic.
Done an outstanding job.
For William Warfield, the king of stream. This is Gary Ball,
who also did an outstanding job tonight.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And that does it for us from Henry Clay. The region starts Monday. And check it out on PrepSpin, your leading digital network in the state of Kentucky. see what the matchups are. I'll go to that wall.
Yeah, let's make a decision on Sunday.
We will.
We get a good time matchup in one of those games.
I'm gonna give him a I gave Darren our final here just now, so hopefully he'll send me their final. Hey, you picked the right distance. Number one state gets upset. And this has to be a big score. I've been telling you all year, that's the real deal, man. They got speed, they got balling, they got shooters, they got a big guy down low, that's a banker, they got it all. Only thing I worry about with them is they don't go real deep. They only go about 7 or 8. They might get there. Stay permanent if they get there. Comments on the broadcast.
No, I had a good time.
Good job. Appreciate it.
It's fun working with you.
See what, yeah.
Anytime you want to do that,
okay.
keep on around.
Sounds good. Well, we'll have to, are you going to go over that call tomorrow?